thing as a player, we've all been in these situations, maybe not on a great team like that, but when you knew changes need to be made. But that's such a difficult decision for somebody like Pep Guardiola. He's not stupid. He knew this was coming sooner or later, right? He had to be thinking after last season, 4 straight, unprecedented, right? In the Premier League, that this is going to come at some point.
Pep Guardiola had never coached any club longer than 4 years. 4 years has been his longest tenure at any club, and that was at Barcelona. Pep had never stayed at any club long enough to understand that a time comes when the team just can't go anymore. The truth about Pep Guardiola is that he has always been motivated by the desire to make history, to set records. It's what has driven him the most. The problem that Pep has is that having never stayed anywhere long enough, having never had to do a rebuild at any point in time in his career, I think that Pep was so desperate to get the team over the line, to get the 4 Premier League titles in a row. He never saw the signs. And the truth is that if you've never been in that situation before, how do you know when those signs are there? Before the Rodri injury, City were, they were doing what they usually do. They had started even better than previous seasons, because typically in the previous seasons, it took them a bit to get going. But this season, they started at a canter until the Rodri injury, and all of a sudden, everything was just laid bare. If Pep Guardiola was to stay in coaching for another 10 years, he would learn from this incident that maybe they can go 3, maybe they can go 4 seasons in a row. But after that, I will need to rebuild the squad. If you watch the game, you saw the non-contact really, that had Kyle Walker falling to the floor, holding his face. Kyle Walker went to ground for the sole intention of seeing if he could con the referee into giving Højlund a red card. Because his intention was to suggest that this guy just headbutted me. And when that happens in any football game, the referee gives a red card for violent conduct. Kyle Walker dropped to the floor, to the turf, trying to get United reduced to 10 men. Regarding this incident, United weren't really pressing for a goal. United were really more about staying in the game. Because we all know at 1-0, you're not out of it. Anything can happen, which is exactly what happened in this game. So I looked at this incident and I said, this is where this City team is. This City team is depleted because they do have injuries. This City team is depleted. This City team doesn't have the morale. It doesn't have the passion. It doesn't have the aggression. It doesn't have the energy to go toe to toe as we have come to know them over the better part of half a decade. So you have their captain falling to the turf, looking to see if he can get the other team reduced to 10 men. I said quite a while back that City are not in this title race. I said that after the Liverpool game. I said that before the Liverpool game. I said that after the Feyenoord game. I said City are not in this title race. Which is why I've said this league title this season is open for anybody who has the courage to go for it. Because City are not in it. And all these performances, the performance against Crystal Palace, the performance against Manchester United at the weekend, These are just confirmations of what I have suspected to be true for quite a while. This era of City domination, it is over. It is done. There is no doubt about that in my mind. This squad is done. Without a doubt, Kevin De Bruyne is leaving at the end of the season. Without a doubt, Bernardo Silva is leaving at the end of the season. Without a doubt, Kyle Walker should be leaving at the end of the season. There are at least no less than 5 players in this squad who should be leaving at the end of the season to just play out their footballing days wherever they choose to. This era of City dominion over the Premier League has ended.